welcome here to Talk FCB and welcome back to the channel, guys, for the reaction here to yesterday's defeat to Atletico Madrid. Because of Ronald Koeman, the injury problems in this squad, they keep on mounting up. Barça are in real trouble, particularly at the back. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing how we can possibly move forward from this moment, who could maybe benefit from those problems, trying to find some sort of positivity. But we are also going to be talking about what I felt yesterday was a real lack of leadership from this team. There's plenty to discuss, so let's get to it. Because if we do start first and foremost with those injury problems, starting here with Gerard Pique, who, as we said, when he went down with that problem in the game, you just knew that it was going to be a serious one. He was fighting back the tears, his knee was bent in a really awkward position, and you knew that it was going to be a serious problem. This morning, more tests have been done after the game, and indeed on Sunday, Gerard Pique officially has a grade 3 sprain to his right knee. But the crucial part of this as well is that Barça have confirmed he has a partial injury to his anterior cruciate ligament, his ACL, and that there, it makes for grim reading. Because it had been reported in the media that if Piqué had only suffered a knee sprain there, he could have been out for between 6 to 8 weeks, which even then would have been a 2-month layoff for Gerard Piqué. But that was providing there was no problem to the ACL. But as you can see there with Barça confirming, he does have a partial injury to that ACL, which means now, despite the fact that Barça have not confirmed the absence, he is going to be missing for several months, well in to 2021, which at the heart of our defence, with already the lack of options that we had, it's a huge headache for Ronald Koeman. And of course the question will be, how exactly do we go about replacing Gerard Pique and trying to find some sort of positive in this problem in particular? And of course you would look to young Ronald Araujo. We've all been wanting to see him in this team, featuring much more regularly, seeing him as a regular fixture in that starting line. Now at the moment, of course, he is out injured, and that has been the case for the past few weeks, and he's not going to be ready in time, it doesn't look like, for the game against Dinamo, but positive signs are there ahead of Osasuna on Sunday, and I think that's a really important step that Araujo is now going to take. He is going to get, when he returns, a huge opportunity here, not just as a player who's going to get minutes in this team, but he's going to be an out-and-out regular starter, a regular centre-back for Barcelona. He's shown a lot of quality, he's shown real promise. Now is the time to deliver upon that. And I'm really excited to see Ronald Araujo. Of course we're wishing Gerard Pique all the very best, but now is the time when these players need to stand up. And of course as well, you've got Samuel Umtiti. You've got somebody there who may be in a position to come back in. We don't know yet whether he'll be able to, when he'll be able to. He is back in training. But as we spoke about a few days ago, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's on the verge of returning. And Umtiti is a situation really where you just got to wait and see. You don't want to put a date on it. You don't want to put a time on it. If he comes back, it'll be good to have that extra cover. But for me, I'm looking at Araujo. He's the man who's got to come in alongside Longley. I'm sure that we're going to see as well Frenkie de Jong deployed sometimes as a makeshift centre-back. But it just makes that decision to loan out Jean-Claire Todibo back in the summer, loaning him to Benfica. That was absolute madness. Complete and utter madness. And I still don't understand. Why did we do that? But of course, the injury to Gerard Pique was not the only problem that Barcelona suffered last night. There was another problem as well at the very end of the game against Atletico. It was Sergi Roberto there who was taking on a shot, and in the process of doing that, he clearly pulled something in his right leg, and it has been confirmed this morning by Barcelona that he has a rupture to his thigh, and he will miss 2 months of action. And it's another big injury. It's another serious problem there that'll see a player out until 2021, into January there. We're not going to be seeing Sergi Roberto for 2 months of action. And it is a problem on that right side. And again, of course, we're going to wish him all the best. I don't think anybody here should be celebrating these injuries. We don't even celebrate injuries to other players, let alone our own. We all want the best for our team. We all want the best, of course, for these players. And we do wish them well. But if you're looking there for some sort of positive, if you are looking here for some light in this situation, it would be now, of course, a massive chance for SERGINO DEST. This is a huge opportunity now on that right side to just nail down the spot. He's going to have 2 months there where, to be honest, there's no competition. Now, it is going to be demanding. He is going to have to play a lot of games. We're, of course, going to have to hope that he stays injury-free and without any problems, but he is going to get a real opportunity. He's going to have to be trusted by his coach, Ronald Koeman, and it's a great chance for him. Much like Araujo, on that right side of defence, a bit of youth, a bit of enthusiasm. And that could be really, really good to see. And it's interesting too, because I don't think Dest will be the only beneficiary to Sergi Roberto's injury, because I would also look there a little bit further outside of the box, over to the left-hand side with Junior Firpo. Because of course at the moment, whenever Jordi Alba hasn't played, Ronald Koeman there has actually opted to play Dest as an alternative left-back there on the left side. But now, we won't be able to afford to do that. Koeman will not be able to move Dest from that right. So now, it also brings Junior Firpo into the picture. Whenever Alba cannot play, Firpo will get his chance. And like I say, every single player here who's coming into the team, getting an unexpected opportunity, these are the moments that you've got to grab with both hands. You have to take them, because we're going to need now, in the games to come, every single player. There is one more thing, though, that I would like to touch on after yesterday's performance. Not only the performance, but also what happened after the game. Because I want to talk here about what I felt was a real lack of leadership from the senior players of Barcelona after yet another big disappointment on the night against Atletico Madrid. Because I want to take you back here to the loss in El Clasico. A 3-1 defeat at home against our biggest rivals, Real Madrid. And who was sent out after that game to face the media? Who actually fronted up there and spoke to the press with the pressure on the team? Who came out? Who did they send out to face the media? Yep. SERGINO DEST, a player there who wasn't only just 20 years old, not only a player who was making his Clásico debut, but above all else, somebody there who can barely speak any Spanish whatsoever. Yet in the face of that big defeat, he was the player who the players decided there should go and face the media, stand in front of that microphone and face questions on exactly what had gone wrong for Barcelona. And this is the problem. This is a running theme with this team, because you have the game against Atletico. You have another really damaging defeat and a tough night for the club against a title rival. And again, who's going out there? Who are you sending to face the media? Now, for quite a while after the game, it didn't even look like any player was going to come out. Barcelona there seemed like they didn't want to come out and speak to the media. In the end, who came out? Who was pushed there in front of that microphone? Yep, it's Pedri. 17 years old. He is a kid, and it's just not right. This is simply not okay. You may look and say there, it's only the post-match interview. There's nothing really to read into that. This doesn't mean anything, but it just does. It speaks volumes about this team. The fact that when things are down, when the chips are down, when things are tough, when you're not getting the right results, we're happy here to just throw these youngsters under the bus. Yeah, they can go out, they can go and do the interview. We're not going to bother to do it. You look at the senior players in this team right now. You look first and foremost at the captains. Of course, you're looking at Messi. He's not exempt here from speaking out after the game. Of course, we all know that his words carry a lot of weight, especially in the media. You've got Piqué who went off injured, Roberto went off injured, Busquets wasn't there, but there's more senior players who could have come out and fronted up after this game, especially somebody like Marc-Andre ter Stegen. He would have been, I feel, the perfect player to come out after yesterday's game. He could have come out there and said, you know what, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I hold my hands up, I take responsibility, I will face up to what I've done. But no, happy there to hide in the shadows. You look at players, Alba, Longley, even Pjanic, maybe even Antoine Griezmann. He could have come out yesterday and faced the media. He could have actually done some talking instead of his family doing it behind the scenes. But this is what I mean. The players, the senior players in this team, they want to shirk that responsibility. They don't want to take ownership right now of what they're doing. And instead, let's just push a young kid into the spotlight after a big game. That is not what leaders do. And that does not make a good team. So that right there, guys, is some thoughts after the defeat to Atletico Madrid. Obviously, right now, emotions are running high. Tensions, of course, right throughout the squad, right throughout the fan base. We are all wanting more. We are all wanting better. And we have many problems right now going on from every single direction. But let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments down below on those injuries there to Gerard Pique, to Sergi Roberto. And, of course, as well, what you made of that episode after the game there with that post-match interview, again, including a young Barça face. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you indeed for watching, even despite yet more testing times as fans. And of course tomorrow, we're going to be looking ahead, looking forward again to the next game. It's Dynamo Kiev, and the pressure, it's really on now. I will see you soon, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça!